This is Jared Routson. I live in Winnemucca, Nevada. My birthday is February 6, 1977. On November 29th, 1947, the partition plan was passed by the UN General Assembly. At midnight on May 14th, 1948, the Provisional Government of Israel proclaimed a new state of Israel. That means the nation of Israel has been a nation for 75 years. That means the fig tree generation that Joshua spoke of in the Bible is now 75 years old and only has 80 years at the most left before they see him returning. He says they shall not all pass away until they see the coming of the Son of Man. And David in the Psalms defines a generation of 70, or if by strength, 80 years. And then he says we fly out of here. He could only be referring to the rapture of the Lord's church. I think it happens after America gets destroyed. That the rapture happens right before the announcement of the 7-year Great Tribulation of Antichrist, before the Lord returns to rescue his nation of Israel, his covenant nation, and resurrect the two prophets that the Antichrist and Gog and Magog had killed, whether they were dead for 3 days or 3.5 years, 3.5 days or 3.5 years, lying in the streets for everyone to see when they were killed. I do not know. Are they Elijah and Moses, or Elijah and Enoch? Probably Elijah and Enoch, because they never died, but I think Moses did die. So I am 47.5 years, if you calculate the time I was in the womb for. I was probably not really, I developed probably on a honeymoon, probably in Rome, on a honeymoon to Rome. That's probably where I was born. And if I had lived 5 more years, I would have been 52.5 years old. So what's my issue? 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with polysythemia, but they didn't tell me it was a terminal kind. About 7 or 5 years ago, I saw a doctor, and that's what he told me. They did 2, 3 phlebotomies, blood withdrawals, but then they decided it wasn't necessary for me. There is no cure for polycythemia vera, although they have made strides with interferon and chemotherapy, and you'd probably need to be taking aspirin and Coumadin or blood thinners. Anticoagulants is what they are, anticoagulants. You would need vitamin C intravenous, if you could get it intravenous. Vitamin K also is a blood thinner, which you can get from vegetables. You can also get it from essential oils, like doTERRA. Like rose oil has vitamin K2 in it. And a lot of those essential oils have vitamin E and vitamin K in them. It's amazing. And I think that's what's kept me well. The past 3 months I had thought I had corona. But now that part is pretty much gone, and I'm left like corona made me really susceptible to my diagnosis of polycythemia vera. Or it was not Vera, but polycythemia, and then it was, now I know it's Vera because last month I had a blood test and he didn't find anything abnormal in it except for cholesterol. So I was set to go to the hospital for a sleep apnea test. I might have sleep apnea caused by a mold issue plus the corona, which I had for 3 months, and the anti-psychotic drugs I'd used. It turns out I didn't have schizophrenia. Possibly I had Scitzo Typical Personality Disorder and maybe depression. And I've been seeing someone once a month for it. And CBD oil can be used for people like that. And you can even get a prescription for THC from marijuana. But in Nevada, you don't need a prescription for THC, but I would never use THC because it's something new they developed for marijuana in the last century. The emergency room I visited yesterday and have been visiting them frequently over the past 2 months, maybe 3 months. it's like they didn't want to really tell me the truth, that I am terminal. They prescribed a sedative. It was only in the last 2 weeks that my breathing became labored. And the symptoms of polysythemia vera are not good. You can develop vision problems. You're at a higher increase for blood clots. That's why you have to take vitamin K and anticoagulants, which I haven't been prescribed anything for any of that, unfortunately. I would have to see an oncologist or blood specialist or cancer specialist to treat this, and I don't know that I have time at this point now. But it's all for the good, because I really don't want to be here the way things are going. It's safer not to be here, and I don't have, was America to be destroyed by a nuclear means, I would not want to be here when that happens. So please do not feel sorry for me. Right now, I would be lucky if I had 6 months to live. Let's see if I can get a documentary on the royal family, particularly Princess Diana, her true story.
I had a long time to think about it. I knew the pressure was on both of us. Well, it wasn't a difficult decision to make. It was what I wanted. What I want.
So yes, I am 47.5. If I had lived 5 more years, there probably would have been more music videos of Cats the Musical, and other poems of T.S. Eliot set to music. I might have been able to grow my photography. I would be lucky if I had 6 more months to live, honestly, the way I'm feeling. Because once you get to this point, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing they can do to cure it. I appreciate the support of all my family who have reached out to me over these several months. My only wish is that I do not want any of my organs harvested or any part of me used for anything medical or any donation or any science. And I do not wish to be kept alive, unfortunately. And because I'm really suffering now. And it started yesterday. And it was... The breathing problems started happening 2 weeks ago, but now it's awful. But today I was able to do 2 videos. One with Azrael, the cat of Gargamel, and Pepe Le Pew, the cat, I don't know what her name is. Pepe Le Pew was put to Beauty and the Beast. There might be something there that wasn't there before, and Poor Unfortunate Souls was put to Gargamel's cat Azrael, who was originally a female cat in this comic strip, but now is a male in both in all the new versions of the Smurfs. And the person who I thought would make a good person for Azrael is... I was just watching a video by Trevor Bell. He's amazing. He's on TikTok and Instagram. He does cosplay, superhero cosplay. Check him out. There are so many amazing contributors on social media, and TikTok is where I found most of them. Or excuse me, Instagram is where I found most of them.
Is the MEP Engineered Solutions provider. We provide mechanical contracting, electrical contracting, services, and controls. As a modular manufacturer, we're often dealing with compact spaces, and it all starts... David
Amaral is the name of the person. He can be Azrael, the cat from Gargamel, the Smurfs, as a person placed in a thing in T.S. Eliot's, giving a cat 3 different names.
We're building in modular building blocks
And I'm just watching Hogwarts Legacy. I bought it when it first came out. I'm just watching it being played on Twitch. So now I'm on TikTok, and I would have loved to have put the rest of my videos, or not videos, but I have some video clips, but my photography of Winnemucca when all the flowers were blooming. And now it's April 4th, 2023. I've been watching documentaries on the history YouTube channel about the founding of America. Did you know that 2 or 3 of the founding fathers died on the 4th of July? So there must be something to it, because the 4th of July is America's official holiday, which right now we're in Gemini, I believe. It's like, I am proud of my original audio music videos, but I wish that they would tune music to 417 the way it used to be before the last century. The note A should be tuned to 417 instead of 420 or 430 or 440, which is very harmful. This is critical that our music change, because 417 is the only frequency that's healing. I used to call it the Earth Resonant Schumann tuning for the note at 420, but then I found out the actual tuning 2 centuries ago was 417, until the Catholic Church and the One World Order changed it to, the Bilderbergers or whoever it was, turned 417 to 440 hertz. I don't know if I'll be able to make any more videos or any more posts, but I'll try if I'm well enough. But I was supposed to pick up the sedative today, and I haven't been able to go there, nor do I have the money at this time. And I am facing possible loss of my representative payee. And possible not being able to get into a new apartment. And so possible loss of my rent. A place to stay. But if that's not an emergency, it's like, if I'm this ill, it's like I should be okay, and I should have a place where I can go. Even if I have to move from Winnemucca, Nevada, to Boise, Idaho, where I have some family. So please don't worry about me, but like I say, I'd be lucky if I had 6 months to live. And this was a big surprise. I thought I was sick of corona. I took lemon balm essential oil under the tongue. I took my essential oils, which are apparently high in vitamin A and vitamin K, and or you need vitamin E also with conditions like corona and polysythemia for blood thinning, to prevent cardiovascular anticoagulation, or disseminated anticoagulation, or whatever, where you have micro blood clots caused by the corona or the polycythemia. Vitamin E is in coconut oil, especially coconut oil. They say it's in canola oil, but canola oil destroys the gorilla's habitats, the chimpanzees' habitats or whatever. So don't support canola oil. It's not sustainable. And olive oil probably has vitamin E and vitamin A. So that's what I've learned about the things someone with this condition needs. And low-dose aspirin is what is recommended for those illnesses. I'm going to miss everybody, and like to thank everyone and my friends and family for supporting me for the past 46 years. And you can reach out to me and call me or text me. Life has been amazing, and I'm glad I can end it as a believer in the finished work of the Lord, Joshua, Yeshua, the Mashioch, the Messiah, his finished work on the cross. It's all sufficient. It's all you need. You don't need to worry about anything else once you've believed that he died for you, because you're a sinner. The Bible tells that everyone has sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. I believe infants and children go to heaven automatically because of this work of the finished work of the cross. Otherwise, we would all be lost. They would be lost. So I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, and whoever hasn't heard of the Lord is already lost, because they haven't believed on him, his name. And I don't want to make this video too long, but if I'm here and alive after 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, it will be a miracle. The Queen has corgis. And so do not take the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip injected in the right hand and forehead to buy or sell goods. Do not worship the image of the beast or receive the number of his name, which in Gematria, a Hebrew numbering system, is 666, 666 actually. Do not pledge allegiance to the beast system. Do not take the mark of the beast, worship the beast, or receive the number of the beast, which is his name. And if you're a Christian, nothing else other than those things can keep you out of heaven. That's what I believe, per Tim Henderson on YouTube, and I'm a once saved, always saved person. Pastor Tim Henderson to me, and Matthew McMillan on social media and YouTube. He's a once saved, always saved, or saved also person. And thanks to Olive Tree Ministries and the Christian Satellite Olive Tree Ministries is on YouTube with Jan Markell and the Christian Satellite Network. And then you have Vlad on YouTube. He's a Pentecostal, and he talks a lot about the demonics of the world. But if you've put all your faith in the finished work of the Lord on the cross, it's like, I don't see how you could be bothered by demons, even if you were committing sin. It's like, because no one lives a sinless life, but if you've invited sin into your life or identified with it, it's like, to me, that Joshua's finished work on the cross is enough. It's like, you should not be being bothered by any demons or anything like that. And I used to be a Mormon, but in 2017 I converted to Christianity. And anyway, both sides of my family were Mormons, and I'm 6% Native American and Swedish, perhaps, maybe some German or English, I don't know. And that's mostly about all I know about me, other than both sides of my family came here around the 1880s or 90s, but not later than the 1900s. And both sides of them were Mormon. Amazing, huh? Without Joseph Smith, I wouldn't have been born. And without the American Revolution, I wouldn't have been born. Of course, without Joshua, Yeshua completing his work on the cross, it's like many of us would not have been born, and time would have been irreparably altered. So that's a little bit about me. And God bless the United States of America.